came first, then a band of music. Great numbers arrived, filling the streets, from all parts of the country, and in every manner of conveyance. The winter morning, cold, clattering, bright. The festival of St. Blaise, patron saint of the wool makers. The spinners came on horseback with silver sashes, silver nets of wool over their horses. Then the staplers, gaily dressed, then the apprentices in beautiful caps. The comb makers came on horseback wearing great ram's heads with gilt horns. The sorters marched and held aloft a golden fleece. The whole town in motion and very full. At night they danced. A feast went on for days. The animals off in the pasture, standing together against the cold. A sanitary report of the Bradford Woolcombers, 1842. It is the dirtiest town in England. Most adult men comb wool. So do their wives and children. The process is rude and easily acquired. They work around a charcoal stove which must be lit both day and night. The rooms are full of smoke. Oatcake and porridge are the universal meal. Their number is daily increasing. They are formed into a union of their trade. They cease to work for their master without an increase in wages. They appeal to the guardians of the poor for relief. Darlington sits in a scrubby, low-lying country, a lawless refuge for vagrants and thieves. Engines haul coal wagons across the plain with no source of motion except their own mad agency, driven or dragged by unseen demons. Was it worth it? The coal mine asks, stretched like a black cat, indifferent. So they keep losing pieces of things in the cold ground that swallows even a sigh. Messengers flooded the neighborhood, bearing cryptic instructions. Climb to the roof. climb to the cellar, extract a fee from those who wish to dance. I did a poor job of something for the poor, and a poor job of something for the rich, but they have so much more time. William Denton, vagrant, spent the night in an old mine shaft near the Coundon Grange, where the closest thing to warmth was the rotting timber framing the walls. He didn't exactly sleep, but he did dream. The single room of his family house was full of barrels and sacks of wool, which seemed always to increase. A fire pot blazed, heating the iron combs, and his father rapidly drew handfuls of wool through the hot teeth. The air was thick with smoke and dust. William and his sisters sweated, coiling the almost transparent lengths of finished wool around their fingers and casting off with a flick of the wrist. They didn't notice at first when father himself began to go through the combs, his flesh drawn out, somehow bloodless, into shimmering lengths. They debated among themselves. Could they sell it? His sister said yes. William snatched the rolls of human filament from her and ran out into the yard to bury them. He began to dig, and the ground fell away, opening endlessly down. The history of the earth spoke itself to him, but he could not understand. He glimpsed mountains of coal, of silver, and then a vast black ocean, cold and silent. This, he knew, was not God's kingdom. Yet, overcome with thirst, he dipped his hands below the surface. It was thick, black, viscous tar, and he raised it to his lips. suspicions fall on the blameless, of whom there are too many, blinking, dark-eyed, the wordless ones upon whom tedious arguments hinge, who are watched in their sleep by paid arbitrators. Statistics, the pageant of discovering what life is worth. It went on like that until someone rustled the larks from a sickly yew, and a great cold light broke over the scene, and many of our friends had gone